What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes Origins Akiko. And so here we have Akiko posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through her accessories really fast. Akiko does come with 3 different weapons. We do get 2 versions of her staff. We get a version where it is split in half, which looks really nice. And then we do get a version of her staff which is in one piece, and those blades look really awesome. I do like them. Other than that, Akiko doesn't come with anything else, so let's actually move on to her details. And so here we have a closer look at the G.I. Joe Classified Akiko, and I think Hasbro has done a pretty decent job with this figure. Given the source material, this is a really solid figure. I do like the sculpt work in it. I really do like the face sculpt. Does it look like the actress? From some angles, I would say yes. From other angles, it seems like she's a little too old. But from some angles, she seems a little too young. I don't know how that works, but yeah. Depending on how you look at it, you can see this as a really awesome face sculpt, or a face sculpt that's off by just a little bit. One thing I do have to point out is that they did include her beauty mark right there, so that's a really nice attention to detail. I absolutely love the lipstick that they gave her, and she just has these really nice eyes that they're very, very well done. I have to give Hasbro props, especially with the hair sculpt. They did a fantastic job with her hair. Just the way it's wrapped up in this bun looks really nice, and they did go on to add the clasp on the back, so that's really nice. I do like that. Overall, the head sculpt is pretty decent. I gotta give Hasbro props on making a really nice head sculpt for Akiko here. Moving on to the rest of her costume, she is wearing the gi that we saw most of the movie, I think. I don't know, I haven't seen the Snake Eyes movie, and I don't intend to because it seems terrible, but the figure here does look really nice. I do like the fact that she has this white over her normal gi, as it does give me some slight reminiscent of Storm Shadows and Snake Eyes. We have the white and the black, so that's a really nice contrast. I don't know if that's supposed to mean anything in the movie. Again, haven't seen it, don't plan on watching it, but I do like the fact that we have that cream color that we saw with Storm Shadow, and then the black with Snake Eyes, so that's a really nice contrast. Really do like the texturing throughout her gi. It's done very well. I do like the texture right here at the collar, how it matches this sides right here, and then we have like a smoother fabric right here, looking really nice. We do have some panel lining right here, well, not really panel lining, but pipe lining right here. We have like an elbow support right there that has some padding in it. As you can see, they did a good job. For the most part, it is a little bit light on this side, but I do like the fact that it is sculpted detail, so that's really cool. All the way down to the zipper, they included the zipper sculpt, which I think was a really nice touch by Hasbro. It's something that you really wouldn't notice unless you were really paying attention, and it actually has the zipper sculpted on it, so really good job there, and it's on both sides in case you guys were wondering. And then we go on to her gloves, which I want to say they're not accurate. I want to say that she wore fingerless gloves in the movie, but it kind of looks right, but at the same time I feel like it's not right. It's one of those things that I didn't check the source material before reviewing. Probably should have done that, but yeah, I do like the fact that she is wearing gloves because she is a ninja. You don't want to be running around with your fingerprints everywhere. So having a look at the rest of her gi here, we do have her belt, which is looped really nicely. I do like the fact that it actually looks like it's supposed to be worn. I know there's a lot of times when they make a knot and it just looks like a knot. This actually has the different layers to the knot and the different layering going around the belt, so really, really fine details right there by Hasbro, especially paying that much attention. We do have some more zippers right here on the side. They are done in silver. And then we have some more padding right here, which is done in that same cream color. And again, it is nicely sculpted. We do have some texturing here on her pants, which looks really nice. I do, of course, love it when Hasbro or any company adds this texture to costumes because it just brings everything together. Really like that. And she is wearing traditional ninja pants where it's kind of puffy right here on the thighs, and it gets smoother as it goes along the legs. And then right here you can see She's supposed to be wearing heels. Hasbro actually filled that in with plastic, which it's not accurate. She's supposed to be wearing heels, not wedges, but I can see why they did that. It gives her just a little more support when standing, but be aware, because she is in heels or wedges, it will make it a little hard for her to stand. And one thing I do like about her boots is that they are a glossy black compared to the almost satin black that we have right here on her pants. So overall, Hasbro has done a pretty good job of making this figure look like it did in the movie. So really like that. So with her details out of the way, let's actually have a comparison of Akiko and other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Akiko posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Akiko posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 112 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Akiko posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have Akiko posed next to the Snake Eyes Origin movie Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to her articulation now. Akiko does have a ball joint here at the head, which does let it look up and doesn't really look down all too far, but she does look up really nicely. We do get some slight head tilt and as well as left and right rotation. She does have a hinge in the neck, which does let it look up even further, and then she can look down even better when you use that hinge, so that is really good. She also does have a ball joint at the neck, although it really doesn't move up and down too much. It does pivot, but not as much as you would like it to, which is a little bit unfortunate. She does have a ball joint, well, a butterfly joint here in the shoulder, so that does pivot forward and back a little bit. Goes out to the side, no problem. Now, you would think with her gi the way it is, it would restrict movement. It does, but it doesn't. You can still get her arm almost all the way horizontally. This is a soft enough material that it gets out of the way. Not 100%, but it still does. No bicep swivel, but we do have a hinge at the elbow, as well as a swivel. We have a vertical hinge here at the wrist, as well as rotation. Then we do have a ball joint right here at the mid-torso, so that does provide some backwards mobility, but sadly, not too much forward mobility and not too much tilt, but it does have rotation. We do have a second ball joint right here, which also does rotate. Gives us some side to side, forward and back. Not the best articulation we've seen, even though this is a soft material. It's not soft enough that it enables articulation, which is a little bit unfortunate. Her legs do kick forward to about right there. Even with that drop down hinge, you really don't get too crazy with it. Goes out to the side, no problem. We have a thigh swivel, works perfectly fine. Double bend here at the knee, going all the way past 90, really do like that. We do have a hinge in the boot, which does move side to side. And we have a hinge in the ankle going back and forward, and then forward facing pin for rocker ankle. But because she is on a wedge, it kind of just rotates on its own, so there really isn't too much rocker ankle on Akiko here, which is a little bit unfortunate. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Akiko posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes Origin Akiko posed for my final thoughts, and overall Hasbro has done a really good job with this figure. I do feel like she is a little bit light on accessories. The only variation on her weapon we get is one where she can dual wield it, which is a pretty fun accessory, but I would have liked a little more variety, maybe a katana. I know it's not something she used in the movie, but I would have liked to see some variation on accessories, because these are G.I. Joe figures. G.I. Joes are supposed to come with a lot of accessories. Overall, I still think this is a very faithful representation of Akiko from the Snake Eyes Origin movie, which, like I said, I haven't seen it and I have no intentions of seeing it, but as for the figure, I really do like the way it came out. Other than being a little bit light on accessories, I still think this is one of my favorite figures from that Origins movie, putting her up there with Snake Eyes, which was probably the best figure from the movie line. If you can find Akiko in stores, I really do recommend you pick her up, especially if you're a fan of G.I. Joe. I'm not going to say fan of the Snake Eyes movie, because nobody's a fan of that movie. Now, I was lucky enough to stumble upon Akiko at Walmart. I know I haven't seen any G.I. Joe figures in retail, but I did find Akiko and Scarlet on the shelves, so when I saw them, I had to pick them up because I had them on pre-order on Amazon, but they weren't going to ship till December. And having them in hand, I really am glad that I have Akiko right here, because she's still a very solid figure. She'll look nice in your G.I. Joe Classified set, as well as the movie set if you did pick those up. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other G.I. Joe videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos. And as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.